Chestnuts are got a hard shell, and the only way really to get it off is take a small knife, take your chestnut, and you cut just in the flattest side, and you cut a nice big X into them. What you're going to do with this is you're going to put it in the oven at a high temperature, normally around 400 degrees. Leave it in there for about 15 minutes. You'll notice they open up nicely. Take them out and I'll show you what to do then. So let's throw those in. So while we're waiting for those to get there, I'm just going to quickly show you. This is going to be a quick dish, something nice, simple. When you get home at night, you just want to throw something together. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly take some sweet potato. Now the trick with making sweet potato mash is, 1, have your water boiling. 2, cut your sweet potato small. You don't want to sit there with a whole potato in there waiting and waiting and waiting for it to get ready. Take that into your hot water. And that'll probably take about 10 minutes to boil. Remember, salt your water. Salt it well. You don't have to really be shy with the salt when it comes to adding salt to your potatoes. Now, let's check quickly on those chestnuts. If you'll notice, look at that. How nicely they've opened up. So what you're going to do is, with your hands, they're hot. Be careful. You also want to peel them while they're hot, because otherwise they don't pop out wonderfully and beautiful like that. Potatoes are boiling. We're quickly going to prepare the rest of the veg. I'm a big fan for wild mushrooms. These ones here are oyster mushrooms. Chop them rough. But what you're going to want to do is get your pan on, get it nice and hot to start. While we're waiting for our pan to get hot, we're going to grab a bit of garlic. Garlic always makes everything taste good. And once again, the best way to get garlic off is either it comes out like it wants to, or you're going to bash it, which I do anyway. Chop that up nicely. Also just a grob chopping of your garlic. You want those pieces, you know. You don't want everything to always be smooth and shiny and not visible. Check our pan. Get some olive oil into that pan. Now with mushrooms you're always going to put a bit more oil in than normal because they soak all that flavor up. My pan's gotten nice and hot. What I'm going to do is take my mushrooms and that's the sound you want to hear. That's when you know your pan's right. Get that all nicely in there. Give that a good toss. Make sure it's all nicely coated. And what you'll notice is wild mushrooms always have a really nice flavor. They're not just like button mushrooms. Button mushrooms, yeah. They don't taste like button mushrooms. They've got a nutty taste. And that's why I'm going to complement these with a bit of chestnuts. Remember those chestnuts I was telling you about? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give them a cut down, cut across. So take those, get them into your pan. They can also do with a good roasting. Add a little bit more olive oil just to make sure that we've got some frying going on there. Right. Your garlic that we chopped, we're going to want to put in just a little later. So we don't want to really get that to turn black. This will take much longer than that to get ready. And what we're going to put in last into that is going to be a zucchini. Now you're going to want to fry your mushrooms until they start to turn brown. The reason for that is you want to bring the sugars out. The sugars give it the caramelization, the sugars also make it taste so much better. When our potatoes are ready, what we're going to do is take them off the heat, strain them, there we go, Now the thing is I like my potatoes smooth. You know, like that smash you buy in the store? I like mine like that. So what you do is keep it in the strainer, and push it through the strainer so that it comes out on the other side all mashed. Right, once it's all through, scrape it off the bottom into a pan. Right, this you're going to want to move off. We don't want that burning on us. Now with the smooth mixture you've got here, we're going to add a knob of butter. Put that inside there. And leave that while we play around with everything else. Now, with this we're going to want to add now the garlic. As you can see in the pan, the mushrooms are nice and brown, just the color you want. Add the zucchini in there and toss that nicely. Look at that. Let that fry off for a bit. With another pan, you're going to want to do the salmon. But obviously, we're not going to make the salmon in a big piece like that. We want it portioned. Get our pan nice and hot. Got salmon on there. Pan's already getting hot. Most important thing about fish, skin side down first. Reason for that is if we put it like that into a pan, it's going to do that. And you don't want to serve a fish looking like that. Put it down that way so it keeps its shape. I'm going to finish off this mash in front of me. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get that butter into there and add just a little bit of milk. You can add cream, you can add yogurt, you can add soy milk, depending on what type of diet you have. Anything that's slightly remotely close to this, you can really put in there. Salt to that. Mix it through. You don't want to work your potatoes too much, otherwise they're going to become stringy. And that's definitely the last thing we want to happen for us, isn't it? Right. Now if you look at this salmon, you'll notice that it's starting to cook nicely there. Always check the bottom that you're not burning it. And when it gets that nice color that you have over there, you're going to want to turn it over. That skin's really nice and crispy there. Look at that. Good. Cut that lime in half. Now the lime you're going to want to squeeze on the fish. That'll just help it along a bit. Really get a nice flavor into it. Look at that. Wow. The wine, I like to put a touch of wine into this. Wine's going to go with our veg, just to deglaze the pan a bit. And cheers, Floyd. Always have to taste your wine. Mash onto one side of the plate. Put it on the other side. Now one of my favourite tricks is put it in there. Pull it down, pull it down. Sort of get that look, you know. What you're going to do then is you're going to take your veg, you're going to fill that gap. Look at that. Oh, look at these colours. Fill this one. Look at that. Put it in there. And then what you're going to want to do is lift that salmon. You're going to put that nicely on top, just like that. Lift it up, just like that. And sometimes you're left with a bit of soot juice in there. Just give it a quick over the top, and that's what you want. A nice quick meal, looks good. What else do you need for a good dinner?